Okay, we are 3 weeks away from determining who the new world champion is. Tonight, we will see Kane versus X-Pac, Stone Cold versus Umaga, Mankind versus William Regal, and Triple H versus Brian Pillman. Uh, these are the people who advanced. I don't need to go through and say which matches, who advanced in what matches, as you guys can probably figure out yourselves. But also, we're going to see The Rock talk to Scotty 2 Hottie. I think that's going to be fun. And then next week, we're going to see these matches. So tonight, these matches. Next week, these. And then the following week after that, we see the quarterfinals. Alright, so let's kick it off with none other than here, screw it, I'm not going to pause it. None other than Triple H and Brian Pillman. Triple H and Brian Pillman are in the ring. They trade words. Triple H is pissed because Brian Pillman attacked him last week unfairly after his match. Like, real cheap shot. So, they're the main eventing tonight. I don't know if it's going to be how great it is because Brian Pillman's a little inconsistent. It's been a big story for the whole entire, season after WrestleMania. So we'll see if he produces or not. And then the first, title tourney match. Stone Cold defeats Umaga. Stone Cold goes on in the quarterfinals to face either Kane or X-Pac. Either or match is going to be a very good match. After the match, Umaga and Ken Shamrock beat down Stone Cold Steve Austin. Why they did it, we may not know. We're not going to find out this week. But, with who attacked them, we could put two and two together. They're part of the corporation, so that could be story going forward. Then, and The Rock host is an interview. He calls out Scotty 2 Hottie. Scotty 2 Hottie comes out, and The Rock keeps on taunting him, making fun of him, and then he just eventually cheap shots Scotty 2 Hottie. The story would be, The Rock just being cocky and really arrogant, really making fun of Scotty 2 Hottie, and I think this would just be a fun way for The Rock to get himself over here. Using Scotty as a straight man, Rock can just be very goofy, kind of like how the Hurricanes and The Rock did it prior to WrestleMania 19. I think that would be a big deal. All right, nope. We see Rabid Dog versus Un-Americans. Ends when Batista defeated Matt Bloom by pinfall. Pretty much just the tag team champs in action against Un-Americans. And after the match, we go to a video of the APA hanging out at the bar, just drinking beers, having a good time. When the Marvel Stones come in, they just end up beating up APA, destroying the whole bar. We use this angle a lot. I think this is the fourth time we used it this year. But pretty much, excuse me, the Marvelous Ones are pissed off that they're no longer champs. They lost the title tourney, so they're taking out an APA. We see William Regal cut a promo on Mankind. Then Mankind versus William Regal in another hell of a match. Mankind defeats William Regal to move on to the quarterfinals, taking on Triple H or Brian Pillman. Is he gonna, continue his feud with Brian Pillman or reignite it, or is he gonna fight Triple H? And what is a feud down the line that we're definitely gonna explore? We see X-Pac cut a promo on Kane, and then X-Pac versus Kane ends when Kane defeats X-Pac by chokeslam. This is Kane's first match in tourneys. He got the bye week. So next week we see Kane versus Stone Cold, which probably be the main event since we got the two former champs against each other. Then Triple H cutting a promo on Brian Pillman, and then Triple H versus Brian Pillman. I knew it. And then when Triple H defeated Brian Pillman to the roll-up. So Brian Pillman's out of the tournament. Triple H advances against Mankind not next week, 2 weeks from now. Next week, The Rock vs. Scotty 2 Hottie, Ken Shamrock vs. Road Dogg, The Godfather vs. Owen Hart, and The Undertaker vs. Batista. Okay, so, is Road Dogg, is he going to be the Cinderella story? Is it going to be Scotty 2 Hottie? Is it going to be Batista, The Godfather? See, if you look at the brackets, the top half of the bracket's probably the favorites, except The Rock and Undertaker. But up here, you could probably expected, these four guys. Maybe expected Pillman instead of Triple H. But here, you may not know. It's a little more unpredictable, and I think that's a problem with when I do tournaments, at least, making too predictable sometimes. I was a little disappointed with Triple H and Brian Pillman. Other than that, each match produced, which is good, and it's let me check the score at WCW. I think it's 47-23. 24. Yeah, it's 47-24. I remembered it now. What else? Shit. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. And we win. Alright. Sting became the new world champion. Let's see. Davey Boy versus Laparca. And holy shit, that is a good match. Damn. Davey Boy. And then Scott Hall versus Chris Jericho. It's going to be another good match. So that's it. 48-24. I'm 2 up on WCW. It's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one. Actually, let's see if there's anyone I could highlight. I don't know if we did, but let's highlight Jeff Hardy, just because I think, ECW picked him up. He pretty much replaced Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam got signed by All Japan Pro Wrestling, so they signed Jeff Hardy, which I thought was pretty interesting. I think that Jeff has potential. I think Jeff would have been huge in ECW. The loyal to ECW thing, that doesn't really matter to me. We could just go ahead and edit that because that's kind of bullshit. But other than that, he's pretty popular, so he's going to be signed sooner than later. And then I kind of feel bad taking from ECW, but it is what it is. His skills are pretty well. He's very charismatic, obviously. His performance skills, his psychology needs work. He's pretty consistent. His aerial stuff, underrated, but I guess at the time this is really highly rated for at the time. He's only 21 years old. Really excited to bring Jeff and Matt in. So there's that. Let's see his top 10 matches. Really not a lot of exciting matches. He'll probably have his best match in his first month with me. So, this year he really improved from this year to last year. His best match last year is a 53, this year 65. Really, he has, not the best opponents to deal with. Tanaka, Buddy Lindell 3 times, apparently. They go at it pretty well. And the Gladiator, Mike Awesome. So, there's Jeff Hardy. I think I'm going to start bringing back what WWF was doing during this episode of Raw, but that's kind of tricky to figure out with the game being 4 weeks every time, cut and dry. Sunday is the 7th day, Monday is the 1st day type deal, so I don't know quite yet. So like I said earlier, thank you for watching. Have a good one.